Green and white balloons painted the sky Monday night to honor a young life tragically cut short. Police found Ashley Lockhart with multiple stab wounds to the neck and arm sitting in the passenger seat of a Honda Odyssey minivan shortly before 8:30 a.m. Saturday morning. The van was parked at the corner of 53rd and Chestnut Streets. Less than an hour later, 34-year-old Raymond Thompson turned himself in for his fiance's murder. Video shows Thompson walking into a convenience store before getting back into that van. We've stopped it before the attack. Sources say Thompson believed Lockhart was cheating on him.
Hello, everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in. So I'm going to be very quick with this particular video. So as you guys have seen from the news clipping, we have a young woman, I think she was 32, a mother of 6. She had all girls. She was taken out by the father of all 6 of her children. And it is just heartbreaking and really unfortunate because I think this is a classic example of how, being the hold me down, the ride or die, the down like 4 flat tires type of chick with a dusty will literally harm you and take you off of this earth. And I cannot attest to how many stories I've heard where there are so many Black women who are just willing to even give these dudes the time of day. Now, first of all, let me say this. I am not in any way saying that Ashley Lockhart, who is the victim, that she was at fault in any way. She was not. This woman had 6 children by this man. So I would never, try to minimize what this meant, the father of her children meant to her. Clearly, he meant something because the woman had 6 children with him. So I would never minimize that. But what I will do is caution other women. And, it's really unfortunate because Black women, I don't know what it is, but it's almost like, and I take that back. I know what it is. We're socialized to just stay down with a dude, and it's like, we really have to start letting the streets deal with these dusties. Stop being understanding. Stop being, oh, I could help him. Oh, I get it. I understand that. Stop, trauma bonding with these dusties. Oh, my brother or my daddy or my uncle, he went through that. So, everybody's not that way. And it's the thing about it is, we're not living in 50, 60, 70 years ago. In 2022, we can't play like that. We are dying every 5.5 hours. And when I say we, Black women at the hands of their partners, most of them, at upwards, I believe, of 90%, we can no longer afford to ignore what is going on in the Black community as it relates to Black women. We really have to start seeing our worth. We really have to start seeing that, okay, we made that mistake, but we're not going to make that mistake again. Because, again, this young lady, she was with the father of her children for, I think the oldest is 10 and the youngest is 5 months. So this woman was with this man at least a decade. This man has all type of, he has an extensive criminal record with assault being one or many of those things on his record. He also, according to the young lady's, Ashley Lockhart's cousin, this man also suffers from mental illness. So when you pair mental illness with violence, that is a very, very bad combination. This man shouldn't even be around children, to be honest with you. Even his own. Even his own. So, you know, I get it. You know, a lot of us are socialized to, oh, we got to hold him down. We got to stay down. We got to help him. You know, a lot of times when these dudes go to jail, it's women. It's not their homeboys. They homeboys go on with their life. Most of their family members go on with their life. It's the women, it's the mothers, it's the sisters, it's the aunts that are holding these dudes down. Ask any dude that has been to prison when he went who held him down, and they'll tell you 100%. When you go into these prisons to visit these dudes, women are flooded in these prisons to visit these dudes. When these dudes are going to jail, when I say dudes, I mean Dusties. When these Dusties is going to jail, they are flooding the phone lines of the women in their life. Not their homeboy, the women. And we got to learn to let the streets have these Dusties. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying not to be, harsh. But what happened to Ashley was over. It was more than harsh. And sometimes you just have to you can't be nice when you got harsh mess going on. I can't talk nice in this type of a situation because this is a very, very serious situation. And if you look down my channel, I have reported on several other cases where women have been offed by the men that they were with. It is a shame. And there was an order of protection against this man. So, more and more details need to come out about that. But it's almost like a demon flipped the script, because it's like one minute they're riding in a van together, and then the next minute he's coming out of a store butchering this woman. They said that it was so graphic that when EMS got to this woman, the knife was still in her head, you guys. I mean, I'm almost like, was this some kind of spiritual evil type of because it's just not adding up. Like, one minute we riding around together, and then the next minute you done flipped out so much so. And the thing about it is, again, their oldest is 10, so that means this woman has been with this man for at least a decade. At least. And he just flips out like that. This goes to show that you don't know people. You think you know, but you really don't know people. But again, I guarantee you, if we look over the situation with a fine-tooth comb, all the flags would be there. And to me, the biggest flag is when you are dealing with a dude that has, any type of violent case on their record, violent offense on their record. Not violent offense as it relates to one man to the next, and you self-defense. Not something like that, right? I'm talking about violence against another woman, violence against children, violence against another man too, just depending on the circumstances. Because men are men. A man should be a man. A man should protect himself. So if beating a dude down, because you trying to, whatever, you trying to protect you, your wife, your children, whatever, then that's a whole different thing. That'll get you a case. But to me, that's a case that I think a woman should stand by. If a man is gonna protect you and put himself out there for you to catch a case, then it is what it is, because that's what men should be doing. Especially men that is laying up with you, putting not one, not two, not three, but 6 babies in you. Oh yeah, he needs to be protecting. He needs to be. But this is not that case. If a man got, where he didn't beat some woman up, or slapped some woman around or done anything like that, children, anything like that. He is for these streets. Let the streets handle him. Let the streets starve him out. Let the streets teach him all the life lessons that he needs to be taught. And this is the problem. You got women who want to come into these Dusty's life. You want to uplift them. You want to teach them life lessons. You want to show them how to be a good person. And it's like, no, if that did not happen in their younger years, and that did not happen before you met them, then oh well. We can't play with this thing no more. It's then got too out of hand, too crazy. Actually, it's been that way. But see, this is starting to be circulating a lot more now. The violence against women, the violence against black women in particular, the rate in which black women are harmed using guns is I believe we are the top group. Black women are killed the most with guns by the partner. Pregnant black women are also oft the most by their partners. So I'm gonna leave that there. Let me play with the cousin, because the cousin, Lord, please help me, because he's a pastor. And, I ain't trying to, go too in or whatever like that. I mean, I will, but I don't have the energy, because this story is one of those energy draining stories. And I'm truly trying to keep my composure, because what I really want to do is just really unleash. But I know how I know how YouTube, how they are, and I don't want my video to be flagged or taken down or anything like that. So I'm going to try to keep it as PG as possible. But let me go ahead and play this video, and then I'll come back with my ending comments, and then we'll get out of here.
I understand we're all mad at Raymond, but he's still the father, the living parent that these kids have to grow up to one day face and say, where's my father? So my prayer is that there's no retaliation, there's reconciliation, that forgiveness still happens, because there's something called a generational retaliation. That if we continue to retaliate, then their children are going to start, being retaliated against them. We got to stop it at the root. So my prayer is that we all fight together, and the system help us keep.
So this woman is gone, and her cousin got his funny looking self sitting up on the national news talking about some reconciliation. This man I can't. I just can't. I can't. I just can't. Like, dude, like, what kind of a man? Number one, I don't care how much spirituality, how much Christianity, I don't care. If you don't want to go in on national TV on this man, then just don't say nothing at all. Like, for real. Because sitting up talking about some reconciliation after your cousin has been butchered and her 6 children, whom you guys or the family is going to have to find, homes and stuff like that. Like, he did that. He's the cause of that. And you sitting up protecting this man. You guys, like, what kind of world are we in? And I'm tired of people trying to blame stuff on religion. At the end of the day, religion does play a part in it, especially when it comes to black people. Like, we go over and above sometimes when it comes to the religion thing. And don't get me wrong, I am a person who was raised up in a certain religion as well. I do believe, in certain beliefs and things like that. However, not to the extent where when something like this happens, I'm not sitting up thinking about like what, slaying some dragons and, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, something like this happens, but you result to reconciliation out of the Bible. Like, there's so many different stories in the Bible that talks about, war, fighting back, and you choose reconciliation and forgiveness. I just can't. So this is a family member of hers, and I don't know the family, obviously, but I can only imagine what maybe some of the other family members are thinking. They're probably like, what in the heck is this dude talking about? I would hope somewhere in the family there's somebody that's got some sense. And I would hope that this guy would not be the spokesperson for the family. So that's all I have to say, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I am going to put the GoFundMe link in the box section in the description, as well as the news clippings that I put in this video and the article that I read from where I got my information, just in case, you have people who want to fact check or whatever, that's fine. But anyways, on that note, I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night, depending on where you are. And until next time, peace.